Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Smart Life Club. This is Vicki Helm, and you are on the Coffee Break Show. Listen, if you're new here, do me a favor and put your name over here in the side. And I would like to welcome all the YouTube listeners. This is our first live that we are doing with YouTube. And if you're here and you're new and you're on YouTube, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that notification button. We go live every single day. We have done this on Facebook, but now we're multi-streaming, and we have added right now you to the Smart Life Club Coffee Break Show with Vicki Helm. I'd like to welcome you all for being here. Do me a favor and put your name in over here. If you're new to StreamYard, if you've never seen StreamYard, do me a favor and go to StreamYard and give them permission. You have to give them permission to go ahead and see your name or everything else, because I see you all on board. And I need a comment to make sure that we're running and rolling so we can get there. This week, we have been talking about the getting of money, how I made my wealth, how I create my income sources, etc. And we're going to be continuing that conversation. I just want to say hi. I see everybody popping on right now, but I do not see any new names on the side. I'm going to just say welcome to everybody right now and say, I am so glad I have my computer back. Thank you very much. I see you popping on. I see you on YouTube. I see you on Smart Life Club. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I got my computer back. It has been in the shop. I got a bigger hard drive on it and everything else, so I had a little more power to go ahead and do this show. So we have been talking about the getting of money. Hey, Sean, nice to see you on. So in the first two videos, listen, if you go back 2 days, so Tuesday, Wednesday, and today's Thursday, should it be Taco Thursday again, even though it's Taco Tuesday? Why, yes. Yes, of course, it should always be tacos. So what I want to be able to talk to you about today is go back and look at the other two videos so you can see that. Hello, Dee Dee. Nice to see you. Karen, everybody, thanks for coming on. Thanks for being here. So in the first two videos, the first thing I talked about, I tell you exactly how I made my money, exactly what I did to create my cash flows. In the second one, we talk about creating money. Now, let me tell you something. Believe it or not, it is easy to create money. It's easy to create money. Where everybody gets confused is what to do with the money afterwards. So I want to let you know there's a lot of people who have made more than, especially athletes, made 100 million in their career, 150 million in their career. And then boom, right after that, they're broke and destitute. And this happens so often because the getting of the money is the easiest part. It's the what you do with the money that's the hard part. Now, just because you make a lot of money doesn't mean you always are going to have a lot of money. Just because you have this whole thing where you're like, oh, I got boatloads of money, and you think you're going to be perfect and great forever. So what happens? You start buying McMansions and new cars and really sexy clothing and going out to the big restaurants, and you start living the lifestyle of the money never ceases. And that's the key thing. We start thinking, well, I got so much money at $100 million, I can't possibly lose it overnight. Well, I know that you can. I had one regulation change in a company that I had started that put that money out of business. So when you're looking at that, good morning, good evening, somebody is here from across the world. Good evening. I don't know if it's Nana or whoever it is. Nice to see you on board. I don't know if it's Joel or where you are in the world, but thank you for being here. So I want to be able to tell you that the getting of money is the easy part. So the setting up your systems to have money and cash flow is different than just getting money. Getting money is easy. But what happens when you create cash flows? Well, that way you have cash flowing. If you just go ahead and get money, Nana, thank you. Nice to see you, Nana. Welcome. If you just set up the getting of money, money comes in and money goes out, and that's it. But that's not a cash flow. You have to trade your time for money. So a cash flow is something that you create that creates cash for you over and over and over and over. What we want to do is look at money and say, when money comes in, what am I going to do with it? So what I do is I have a seed fund. I have dollars or seeds to create more dollars. That's how I see it. Dollars or seeds to create more dollars. Now, if you have yen or yuan or rupees or whatever you have, your yen or yuan or rupees are seeds to make more money with. And that's what you want to create a cash flow with. And yesterday we talked about how do we create cash flows? Well, we create cash flows by having assets. We have assets that work for us. And a lot of people are like, wow, the assets that are there, they're all, market-based or cryptocurrency-based. That's not true. So or real estate-based. That's not true either. But there's two ways to get an asset. You can either make an asset or buy an asset. That's it. You make the asset or you buy the asset. So there are things that you can do, like when you make an online business, you have a digital asset. If you write a book like I do, you write it both in hardback and you write it in digital form. You've created two assets with one thing. You have a book and it's digital and it's hard copy. And so the book, if it's, you have to write good books. You have to write books that people want to buy or read. And you want to be an expert in your field and be fun to read. So what happens is if you write one book, like I've written 44 books. And the reason I write 44 books is because one book, the chance of one book making you $1 million is, it's got to be precise. There's some things that have to be in place for one book to make you $1 million. But if I have 4 books and or 20 books and or 40 books that make me, a stream of 250,000 a year, I have 250,000 a year coming in, and then I can invest in other types of businesses with that 250,000 coming in. It's rare that a book is going to make you a millionaire, but it is a great calling card, and it is a great thing to have that you can sell, to offer, to have people to do. And if you write on topics that are evergreen, and what evergreen means is that everyone, the topic every year is going to be there, the topic every year. So to me, an evergreen topic is pregnancy. Since the dawn of humankind, women have been pregnant, and they're going to be pregnant again. Cookbooks, they're the cookbooks. People learn how to cook. They want to learn how to do that. Evergreen things are how-to books, or a series of books that are how-to over a period of time. Some Facebook user says too many people spend money they earn to buy things they don't want, to impress people they don't even like. Yes. One time a mentor told me very clearly, don't waste your money trying to impress people who don't have money. And I was like, wow, that's true. But when you're young, you get this ego and you just think, I got to have me some Nikes because that's what's going to get me the girl. And I'm like, okay, you know what? A girl who is really just attracted to your $200 Nike or your ability to buy bottle service at a bar, that's not the girl you want to marry. You want to be with the girl that is going to, hey, Robert, nice to see you on, my buddy. You want to be with the girl that's going to be with you in hard times and good times. You want to have the man that is going to be the partner with you, the partner that is going to say, babe, what are we building together? You have a future with somebody who can be a partner with you. Barb says, hi, Barb. First off, nice to see you. It's great to see you. I'm curious as to why I can only find one title by your name on Amazon. Ooh, I'll show you why. There are 39 books published under a company name, perhaps. You are correct, and I will send you a private link to that. And thank you for looking for that. I use something that's separate that allows me. I'll send it to you, Barb. You'll see it. I'll have Karen send you the link, and you can see where my books are that are hidden. I have 2 on Amazon. I pulled 17 of them down one year, and that's another story for another day. And then I will share the link, actually. Let me do that. I'll share the link inside the club as to where you can go find other books written by me. In fact, there's a new one out right now that most people don't know are out because I have it somewhere else, and I sell it using Facebook ads. And so right now, if you look for the book Get Your Shift Together, you'll find a new book out by me right now. And I have lined up, we have I have 8 that are with a traditional publisher, Barb. 8 books are with a traditional publisher. And then I have about 20 books in one section working for me that are business books that are made by and have a company name on it. And then I have another 20 books that were on Amazon that are down as right now, and they're getting second editions and moving. But you're right, I will see it. Thanks. It's rare these days not to find a publication on Amazon. Yes. And so I would invite you to go to Scrindle, and I'll send you a link for that so that you can see it. And the reason I moved there is because I make more money over here than I do on Amazon. And Amazon used to treat their authors well, but they don't now. So, or I think they don't as well. I think the profit margins are small and the rules are very tight and the competition is super, super tough. But I will do a coffee break show on how I built my publishing empire. And so, yes, Barb, that was very smart of you. Thank you for noticing that. We'll get that link to you. And I'll put it in the Smart Life Club so you guys can click on it if you want. So I completely forgot what I was saying because of Barb's question. And I really wanted to answer that because I was wondering when somebody was going to have the bravery to answer it. So yes, it's under a company name. And so what happens when you create these things, like if you go to Karen, put in the 2020 Get Your Shift Together so they can see the latest book. Will you put it in below in the side over here so people can actually click the link and see it? And right now you can get that book for free so you can see a piece of my work and see how it works and see what we do and see, it's okay, Barb. I'm all right being thrown off by you. Always up for an adventure, of course. Me too. Karen, if you could put the link inside there so they can see a bit of what we do. This is how we build things out and build it out. Thank you. There it is. 2020, thesmartdifference.com, thesmartdifference.com. All you have, no, I think that's the wrong one. It's not 2020.smartdifference.com. It's 2020, the Get Your Shift Together one. Let me see. I'll just pull it up here, Karen, so we can have a link to it. It's 2020 smartstartstrategies.com. And I'm just going to pull this link right here and give it to everybody because I write a book. We're producing a book about once every week or so. And I'm putting the link inside, paste. There it is, the chat. I put it in the chat box, Karen. And YouTube, you can see it as well. And that way everybody's got it and you can see where the latest book is. And you know what? You're right. I'm going to start going ahead and every time I produce a book, I'll put it out on the Smart Life Club so you can see what we're doing. Right. The previous link doesn't work. Great. So I put the link in there in the Smart Life Club link on YouTube. And if you guys can see it and put it up there, that'd be really great. So it's 2020.smartstartstrategies.com. And you can see and study how that funnel of money making happens. I love this book. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So what happens when you start making money? It's not that you just make money, it's that you know how to create more money with the money you make. And a lot of people think, well, investing is how you get your money to work for you. And they have the three, big ones, the market, the metals, and real estate. These are the three biggies right here. Well, I'm here to tell you, I think the market, the real estate, and some other things, I think these are old school. And I think the best investment right now is in digital real estate. Digital real estate is your list of domains that you own and the funnels of sales that you have that you can create. It's so inexpensive to get started. It's a lot of front end work and then a lot of back end profits, and they just keep going and going. Once you get good at it, it's a great way to do that. And I think digital assets are the most, right away with cryptocurrencies, I think digital assets are the most overlooked asset that you can have right now. I feel a secrets revealed moment coming on for me. I'm told resistance is futile. Laugh out loud. Thank you. That's funny. Asset building is very different today than it was 10 years ago, said Robin. And that's true. If you're looking at how to build assets, remember, here it is. There is the point where you're either going to build an asset or buy an asset. That's the only way you get rich. But here's the thing. Assets keep up. You're hoping your assets keep up with inflation. But I want to tell you the truth. Here's why I do digital assets. And if you listen to nothing else today, I want you to listen to this. I want you to listen to me very carefully. Right now, AI is being introduced. And what AI does is going to be miraculous once it gets really great in the future. But right now, it has parameters that it works with. So when we apply it to markets or trading things or anything that is market-based and there's no human discernment, we get something called flash crashes. And over the last 18 months, maybe 24 months, all of my assets have been super volatile. They've done this, gone up and down, but essentially they've fallen. And for 18 months, they've stayed down here. And if I didn't have my cash flows going, if I didn't actually have cash flows going, and I was dependent on my assets, I'd be a little nervous right now. But what happens to a lot of people is they're like, it's up, it's down, it's up, it's down, it's up, it's down. And it's happened so much. I had one of my friends, I am not kidding. He said to me, the volatility over the last 24 months is I've been a millionaire and a thousandaire 3 different times. Millionaire, thousandaire, millionaire, thousandaire, millionaire, thousandaire. So the importance of having digital assets and creating digital assets has let me get to the point where that volatility is tolerable. Because along with having long-term or short-term investments, I have built cash flows. And I built more than one, so that it's like if you build one cash flow and your cash flow, that one cash flow, you are totally and utterly dependent on to make all of your money, then you're hurting yourself. That's not how cash flows work. You've got to be able to have cash flows that let's just say you have 4 cash flows and they each make you $1,000 a month. The cash flow makes you $1,000 a month. That's $50,000 a year. It's not a lot of money, but it's a income source that can stabilize your insecurity, your stress, and you can then start investing and building in another cash flow that maybe goes to $2,000 or $5,000 a month. And then suddenly you're at $100,000 a year. And then you take your cash flows and how can I make my cash flows provide me with $200,000 a year? You start by building the cash flow. And the best way to build the cash flow is digital assets. And the way that's so important to understand, because when you have a digital asset, you can have a job as a stepping stone and build a digital asset. Now, A digital asset is something people want to buy, not what you want to pitch, not what's your purpose, not what's your healership, not what you're really good at and you don't want to do anything else. No, it's like going to a restaurant and saying, you know what? I opened this restaurant, but I only like steak and kale, and that's all I serve, steak and kale. You will be out of business just like that. You want to be able to open your restaurant and serve more than just what you're passionate about or what you feel purposeful about. So I have a friend of mine who, if you want to hook up with Lana, do so. She's now on a network of TVs. The reason I like doing the coffee break show, because when I have a coffee break, I'm not talking about just one thing, how to build your wealth. I'm talking about anything I want to talk about, whatever there's the news for the day. We're just having a coffee break together. We're connecting, we're saying hello, and that's all. That's what we're doing. And so what happens then? Well, you get to be able to create your asset, create more than one digital asset. To me, digital assets right now are the least expensive. They're only going to get more expensive. Right now, I can start a live show. I'm live on YouTube, live on Facebook. I'll be live on LinkedIn pretty soon. Live. And it's all for free. All for free. Look at it right now. Your best time to get started is right now. Now, it's all for free. Later, it might be that that my production studio has to pay a yearly fee to Facebook in order for me to go live. Maybe that's going to happen. Or maybe they are going to get like YouTube and suddenly I have to get advertisers or something. You don't know what it is, but right now it's the least expensive it's ever going to be to get your name and you established on your networks, on your social networks, on your build your team, build your business. It's the least expensive right now. And it's so important to have that cash flow, the digital asset thing. You want to build your digital assets right now. So Barb says, cash flow isn't always been king in my entrepreneurial story. Yes. And that's what keeps everybody floating. It doesn't take a boatload of cash flow. It takes steady, consistent cash flow. Sean says, cheers. Thank you, Sean. I know you. I feel you, dog. Let's see. All for free for now. Get it before pay to play and assume it is coming. That's from Barb. And I want to let you know, Barb is the expert on everything social live. I mean, she's really the expert. And she's also part of the admin team right here that helps me make this show better and keep doing what we're doing. Part of the multi-streaming, that's all been from the advice of Barb. Barb is really, I'm so grateful for that. And from me, what I think when Barb says, all of this is free for now, get it before pay to play and assume it is coming. Because right now you can build that cash flow. Right now you can stabilize your income by saying, all right, maybe I'll get a free podcast going. You know, podcast is super easy. You get the Anchor app. Anchor app, you put in your microphone, you push the button, it does distribution for you. You can get your message out to the person you want to get it to. So for me, this is so important. Thanks for the insight on digital assets. Thanks, Marie Jo. It's so important to build that out because right now, your profits from talking about what you're doing is 100%. And there's so many ways. There are so many ways to create income right now. And I'm not going to, give all my secrets away in one day, but I will tell you the last 3 days, I've given you guys what people pay me thousands of dollars to talk about to them. Did digital assets. And we get to the point where here's how I make my digital assets. These are the assets that I have. This is how they're growing. And I have assets in 7 different places, and I'll probably bring a few more on. But right now I'm enjoying the coffee break show with you guys. I'm enjoying sharing this with you. And I want to let you know that in a world of uncertainty, assets are king. Cash flow is king. Not I own a business. I have cash flows. Big difference between I own a business and I have cash flowing. Like I do own a business. I own two of them. One of them creates passive income, full stop. Passive cash flow, full stop. I make money completely, full stop. The other thing I do is I do affiliate marketing, because affiliate marketing is like I get paid and I have zero headache. One of the things I affiliate with is ClickFunnels. When people work with me, I think ClickFunnels for me is the best software. So, and I think it's the best team of software developers. There's a whole bunch of reasons I sell ClickFunnels or I suggest ClickFunnels. And every time I hook somebody up with ClickFunnels, I get a kickback every month from ClickFunnels. They take care of all the updates. They take care of all the bug problems. They take care of all the support. They do everything. And I just make a little kickback from them. And I give everybody the best of the best of the best. And there's a couple of best kept secrets, but that's a digital asset. Your affiliates, like let's say you want to earn $1,000. And let's say the affiliate commission is $100 for easy math. So, to get to $1,000, you need 10 people on board, and voila, $1,000 comes in without you having to work for it. That is cash flow. It's upfront work with back-end passive income. And when you get to the point where you understand how to create those and do those and build those, you will have cash flow. Not 9 to 5, not I work 2 weeks, then get a little bit. I work 2 weeks and get a little bit while it's shrinking. Not just, hi, I have 10 houses, but the market's down and they're not going to flip. And I have to lower the prices on the houses. Or, oh my gosh, I have 10 Airbnbs. Now I need a property manager. Now I needed this. Now I needed that. All of those things, affiliate marketing in that way is fantastic. So I need to learn more about it. Great. Yes, that's right. Everybody needs to learn more about digital assets. Go to www.smartstartstrategies. Karen, would you put a link in? Smart Start Strategies. Hey, Peter, nice to see you, my buddy. And you will begin to understand the power of digital assets and passive income sources. Passive income sources create cash flow. If you have cash flowing and you know what to do with the cash flowing, then you will be better off in the future. It's exactly how you need it to be. Now, I want to let you know, we've been talking about money for 3 days. Tomorrow will be the 4th day. And I'm telling you exactly what I did to build my wealth. I'm telling you exactly what I did to protect my wealth. I diversify it. I have investments that are all controlled by me. I do not go through a third party, period. And that's just me. So if I buy gold and silver, I buy gold and silver. I don't have somebody buy it for me. If I invest in the markets, I invest in the markets. I don't have somebody doing it for me. If I invest in cryptocurrency, I'm not part of a mining team. I buy directly from the source so that I know what's in my investments and how I handle them. But here's what I do that most people won't do. I have a Series 6, a 26, and I have a Series 63. I've had those. I've studied and read many books. I do not invest ignorantly. In cryptocurrencies, I have read probably 10, 12 books, have experts, and I know about what I'm doing. So in digital assets, I look and I study and I know most of what I'm doing. And what I'm going to tell you is it's ignorant. And part of the problem with the 2008 crash is because nobody knew how to read the mortgage. Nobody knew what it meant to have a bubble mortgage where you have 7 years of interest and then this huge payment over here. Nobody knew that. I did, and I didn't participate in it. So all of my properties were fine. They all had 30-year mortgages. We had all of these things set up. I never got stuck in that. So to me, one of the most important things is how much time are you willing to invest in the learning curve so that wealth is a state of a skill set. Wealth is a skill set. And just like you're willing to learn how to do your job, are you willing to learn how to do your wealth? If you're willing to learn how to do your wealth, the first step is understanding all kinds of things. In fact, if you go to www.smartstartstrategies, I will tell you there, you will get absolutely the best, one of the best financial educations you'll ever get. And so I want to say hi to everybody on board because a bunch of people that have done that. So what I want to be able to have you do right now is understand that there's a learning curve. That I told you, I spent 10 years super learning. Every single night, I didn't watch TV. I didn't go places. I built my wealth, 10 years. And the reason I say 10 years is because I believe the 10,000 hour rule. I think you're an expert after you've put in 10,000 hours. So I really put that time in, and I really made sure that I worked hard. I put in 12, 15 hours a day. I'd read a book a week, sometimes 2, sometimes 4 a week. But I made sure I knew what I was doing. And a lot of times people are like, tell me what to do and then I'll do it. No, you've got to know what you want to do. What do you want? You see, I didn't want businesses where I had to be there from 9 to 5 or 10 to 6 or 10 to 10. I didn't want to own a bar. I knew I didn't want to own a bar. I don't want 2 o'clock. I want to be snuggled in bed. I don't want to be like throwing a bunch of drunks who are throwing up out into cars that are Uber drivers or, taking them home. I didn't want that. And I didn't want businesses where I had boatloads of people, because I've made these mistakes before, boatloads of people working for me, boatloads of taxes. You want to know what you want to do. And for me, the number one thing that I know I want freedom and flexibility. Freedom and flexibility. That means when my buddy calls me up in the middle of the day and says, hey, Vic, do you want to go to lunch right now? And if I want to go to lunch, I want to go to lunch. That's freedom to me. If my friend Peter goes, Vicki, we're going to be in Costa Rica and we want you to go there, I want to be able to say, yes. I take my work, my laptop, my business. I've been in Puerto Rico. I've been in, you guys have seen it. I've been everywhere this year. We're at the end of the year and I am at my home right now. And if I want to go, I want to be able to go. That's me. And maybe you want to have a boutique or maybe whatever yours is. But I will tell you to back yourself up right now and get some digital assets, get some cash flow, get some passive income streams, and build your freedom now. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about the same thing, the getting of money. I'm going to tell you exactly what I've done. But tomorrow, I am just going to talk about the mistakes I've done that have lost me lots, millions of dollars, thousands of dollars. I want to tell you all about the boo-boos I've made as well. That's a Coffee Break Show today. Thank you for being on with us. I will see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock on the West Coast, and I will see you 10 o'clock in the Midwest, and I will see you at noon on the East Coast. Peace out. Remember, go get yours. Talk to you later. Bye.